Peace and blessings. What's good? Man, what's happening? Everyone, peace and blessings for those that's making their way over to the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. We shoot live in the Midwest. Get the voice right. Been trying to drink me some tea, right? Let me get a moment to allow the notifications to go out. Y'all see my little homemade cup I made? Man, I am so grateful to be here on another Monday. Peace and blessings to everybody that makes their way on. I'm gonna be quick, right? We have rules and regulations for those that logs on with us. It's like quickly and quietly, right? Doesn't take much in this particular time frame. You guys, first I have to give a big, what they say, shout out to the Invisible Crown Army. That's you guys. Invisible Crown represents your character and attitude. I've been teaching all day. What I realized when I talk to other individuals, they all say the same thing, right? I love talking about God. I love talking about the Word of God. I love chopping up the Word of God. I love reading the Word of God. I love quoting the Word of God. I love living the Word of God. It is work in progress, and I'm making progress. I come before you not because I got it all figured out. I come before you because I'm here to figure it out, right? I want to do bigger. I want to do better. I want to do greater things. And one of those things that I need to do is duplicate some of the things that I have learned and hand it off to some of you, some of the listeners, right? I believe in ownership. I believe that you build something, you own something. You invest in something, you own. Your percentage is based off of what you give. Faith, right? Faith plus work, right? I was reading this earlier today. I was going to give you guys a little hit of that, right? Faith plus work, right, is dead, right? Oh, faith without work. Faith without work is dead. Lord have mercy. God is telling me to change my message again. See, this is why I don't do things off the fly. I was just teaching someone earlier today that they can spend all day writing a message, right? I want to give them this. I want to give them this. I want to give them this. I'm going to give them this, right? And I was letting them know that when I speak, I really don't have to write, because what I notice every time I write, the Spirit comes and it gives me something totally different, like it just did. And I don't even really want to go into the word right away. I want to build our understanding up first. I want to build us up. I want to get ourselves girthed up in God, right? There's so much of God in you that I refuse to let you use anything but God when it comes down to finding out who you are and whom's you are. The work we put in outwardly should reflect the work we put in inwardly. And for many of us, we have not put that work in inwardly. So what I would like you to do as you make your way onto this broadcast, just to know you here, can you light your fire? That's the emoji, right? So that I can know you here and I can know that it's okay for me to take off. We enter in by power. Power is by spirit, right? By spirit, right? And by fire, by power and by fire. That's what I normally will say, but for others, it's called spirit and fire. Fire is the things that you had to go through. Fire is the things that you had to see to know that it actually worked. For many of you, your experience is your fire. Your up is your fire. Your down is your fire. Your left and your right is your fire. Well, my name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm the creator of I Am My Lifecoach, which is a self-help awareness tool. You should put this in your mental health bracket, that if you can tell yourself that I am my life coach, it will ground you. It will keep you from losing control, spinning out of control, giving you enough authority and power to take control of whatever environment that you are operating in. Me, as a self-empowerment coach, I have definitely learned to speak to myself. Many people was taught growing up, you shouldn't speak to yourself, right? I say, speak to yourself. Tell yourself what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, how you want to look, how you want to walk, how you should talk. All these things is broken down into little small concepts that's located inside of my book, I Am My Life Coach, which is available on Amazon. I recommend that you pick the book up, I Am My Life Coach, and make it your book, make it your foundation that you should be present in anything and everything that you participate in. No matter what the occasion is, you need to be present. If God's going to be present, then you need to be present. For many of us, we lost our way because we really never knew the way. Well, I believe that if we can get together, come together as a community, come together as leaders, we can all identify with our own self that it's an inside job. Your inner work will determine your outer work right now. And so I want to really just take us along that journey, right? So that we can find out the purpose of human capital and how to bring value to yourself. As I stated earlier at this broadcast, I was teaching someone earlier and they allowed me the opportunity to allow my work to be used in their life. And as I began to dissect things and give them the message and this different teaching, right? They was like, wow, I never looked at it this way. That's for many of us. We only had one way and it was someone else's way. I would have done a lot better in the choices and the decisions that I made in life if someone would have told me, this is on you. On your march, get ready, get set, go. How are you going to act at this job? How are you going to act in this relationship? How are you going to act on when you go out before people right now? What's your motives for going to school? What you going to learn today in school? How are you going to speak today in school? How are you going to respond to others today in school? When someone tries to intervene in your situations or your circumstances, how are you going to go around them, right? If I would have known that, hey, this is what's going to be required of me when I get married, this is the type of husband I'm going to be. I'm going to practice it right now, right? When I get married, this is the type of wife that I would like to be, and I'm going to work on being this particular wife. But for many of us, we had no practice. We had no time. We had no preparation. So even when we tried to do something, we performed poorly. Even when others cried on our shoulders, we gave bad advice when we should have given no advice at all. And that's where we find ourselves right now. A lot of people are talking, a lot of things is going the way it used to go. And truth be told, time has changed, right? I come to open up and introduce you to something called the alternate route. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. That's I Am My Life Coach 2. That's basically a leadership principle. I do it, you watch me do it, I watch you do it, and then you go help someone else. How does this really work? Right? You have to implement these techniques into your life. Like, what are you telling yourself on a day-to-day basis, right? What am I telling myself? Why am I on this broadcast? I can tell you why I'm on this broadcast. I'm on this broadcast not to talk to you. I'm on this broadcast to talk to myself. My purpose is connected to talking on this broadcast. And my message that I'm going to deliver today shows you that we have to do something different in order to get something different. But if we always do what we have always done, we will always be where we have always been, right? And that is looking for someone else to tell us what to do next, looking for someone else to introduce us to something new. But since we can't perform appropriately, we end up failing at what we're performing in because we just don't understand. Come on, you guys, light your fire. We need to learn how to go deeper when it comes down to dealing with yourself. We need to know how to speak that thing as not as though it were, and we need to also be available. Many of us, we have the ability to be anything that we want to be, but unfortunately, we're not available. And the reason we're not available because we think we're available, but what have we done to be available? We have to train as if we want to win the race. We have to train like our life depends on it. We have to train like someone is learning from you. And many of us, we have not practiced the right thing. We practice the wrong thing. So when somebody asks you, what is it that you want? Most likely we begin to state what we don't want. I don't want this to happen. I don't want to keep repeating old behavior. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to keep having to explain myself. See, everything is what you don't want. That's why you're creating what it exactly is it that you don't want. Because the energy is pulling more towards what you don't want than what you do want. I had a conversation with someone earlier today. And in that conversation earlier today, I asked them a question. I asked them, do they believe in the law of attraction? They said, absolutely not. And I said, okay, right? Well, do you believe in the law of you reap what you sow? Sow and reap. They said, I do. I said, then that's interesting. They said, why? I said, because you will be considered a hypocrite. Why? I said, because it's basically the same thing. You see, we can get to the same place, but we all can take a different way. And for many of you, I'm here to encourage you. Your way might be a different way, but it's still your way. Other people might have a different way to get to where you at, but you have to learn to respect someone else's way because it's not your way. But if you do have a way, take the time out to explain your way so someone can see the way, and just maybe they can learn a different way other than the way that they've been taught. Come on, y'all, I gotta go deeper. Give me fire. What am I saying? I'm saying that we all can arrive at 7 differently. I created something, an activity. It's called an icebreaker. It's in the I Am My Lifecoach 2. And basically it's called, can we make 7? Can we make 7? Like, this is how the game works, right? Let's just say one of you got 6. If you got 6 and you're trying to make 7, that means you need 1. Somebody could come into your life and they can be that 1. That 1 makes 7 for you. But the question is, are you willing to give them 6? That means everything you have for just 1. 1, right? For many of us, you just need 1 shot. That's all we got left. That means somebody done robbed you of 6. Somebody robbed you of 5. Somebody robbed you of 4. Somebody robbed you, right? You done birthed children. You got kids now. So, and some people can't even have children. So those options is taken off the table. And you got 1. Who's looking for 1? It has to be someone that has 6. Because if you got 1, then 6 is the only thing that needs you. And when 6 plus 1 come together for 7, that is a completion. That means we are perfectly locked, right? Yes, God. But for some of us, you got 2. So you're looking for 5. You're looking for somebody that got a job. You're looking for somebody that's over the streets. You're looking for somebody that's done playing around, that done matured now, right? You're looking for somebody that's financially set, right? You're looking for somebody that's a good communicator. That's 5. But now you got to let your 2 be the best 2 ever, because that 5 has to connect with that 2 in order to make 7. As you can see exactly what I'm saying, right? Now watch this. The reason I say let's make 7, because it goes in reverse now. Someone can have 6 and you can have 1. But if I give you one of mine, I have 5 and now you have 2. I give you another something for me that you can learn. You have 3, now I have 4. I give you something else now that you can learn from me. I give you another one, you have 4, and now I have 3. Now, what ends up happening a lot of times is I can give you another one. You have 5, I have 2. But you can go looking for another 2 now because you have 5. And what am I saying is, I'm saying this is how we gain from the people around us. This is not just for relationships. This is for any relationship. One of the things that I do when I speak, I am not biased. I'm not the one that just tell you this is for all females, this is for all males, this is all for females and males. I'm telling you, I'm not allowed to see gender. I'm not allowed to see race. I'm here for self-empowerment. In order to empower yourself, you must first manifest yourself. Meaning you have to determine you ain't done everything that you should have done. I talked to someone today and they stated to me, you know, AJ, when you get on the stage and you come out, you just hit with fire. You know, what's gonna connect you with the people, you know? And I'm telling them, I'm gonna connect myself with the people. They said, well, what about the people that show up? What you gonna tell them? I'm going to tell them how I failed in life. I'm going to tell them that I didn't have it all together and I still don't have it all together. I'm going to tell them that I'm willing to get down off of wherever I'm at to sit here and help you get up. I done this many a times, but sometimes when I get down to help people get up, they get up and they leave me. I help them get out and they lock me in. What am I saying? I just want to serve the purpose that I'm here to serve. And if you can't identify with realness, with someone that took the time to have self-development, self-recovery, self-realization, then that's not the person for me. But before you count me out, right? Before you count me out, let's think about this. I might not be for you, but I might be for somebody that connects to you, which means you're going to need what I have to give it to them. You see, it's all about passing the torch. It's all about lighting your fire without somebody feeling like they got to put your fire out or be intimidated by your fire. And that's what I have discovered. This has definitely been a very learning moment for me, humbling moment for me, because I have seen some of the most brilliant people. I have seen some of the most entrepreneur, success-driven, just got it in order people. But I have seen so much of the working behind the scenes. I done seen people that one minute they own and next minute they done fell off. It's not their surroundings that's falling them off, making them fall off. It's their double-minded. It's the organizations. It's the purpose, right? You have to do things that lines up with your purpose. When you get called out of a group, that doesn't mean go get the whole group you've been called out of. When you call out of, that means you better stand there, but you're going to appear to be naked. You're going to appear to be by yourself. There is a period of separation. What next comes is a period of isolation. You're going to be isolated, right? Separated and isolated. That is your season of preparation. This is when you have to prepare yourself. This is when you have to readjust yourself. That's why it's called the upgrade. That's why it's called update. You have to update who you need to be. And for many of us, we're so outdated that some of the ways we do does not work anymore. Some of the way we communicate with people doesn't work anymore. I had a video, I talked about it for weeks now. I will say one of the things that I loved about this video as the female spoke, she said, when you have a masculine man, you're going to have to be a feminine woman. I agree. When you have an intelligent man, you're going to have to be intelligent to meet that man intelligent. I totally agree. She said, when you have a man that has boundaries, come on, y'all. Boundaries mean I don't allow myself to drift. I don't allow myself to go back and forth. I don't allow myself to explain what I'm saying. One thing I have noticed when I'm in an ignorant environment, that when people make a decision, they have to explain the decision that they made without me even asking. And I don't have time really to hear two conversations all at once, right? And the last thing this young lady said was, she stated, when you don't know how to be feminine, when you don't know how to be intelligent, when you don't have boundaries, not boundaries for someone else, boundaries for yourself. Stop explaining yourself. Stop going over exceeding above in somebody else's life. Make sure you keep your house clean and allow their house to be their house. Stop trying to check somebody and start trying to acknowledge somebody for being who they are. That's who they are. Stop trying to change their identity and let their identity be birthed through who they are. But if you can't see who they are, then you will struggle and get drugged. This is a dragging season. People are about to be drugged. They're going to be drugged because they can't hold on to what God is about to do for you. They can't hold on for what God is doing through you. They can't hold on to what you have heard. You see, I stated Saturday at the 5 o'clock wildfire. Light your fire, please. Thank you. We resetting the room right now. We are already in. We got it going right now. Thank you guys for joining me for the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. I need this more than you do, but I think when I come before you, I come with my heart open. My heart is open, my mind is open, my ears is alert, and I'm ready to hear from God. And if you come to do the exact same thing, then light your fire. Let God speak through me, speak to you as he speak to me. If you ever heard someone says, hide me behind the rugged cross so I may decrease and you may increase, then that's the person that we need to be looking at right now. The one who decreased, that's the real person. Many of you missed this part. Somebody get in front of you and they be like, God, I pray that I can decrease and you can increase. Wait, God, hold up, time out. Before you allow him to decrease, let me see who you are as an individual. Because I don't have an opportunity to decrease up in here. I only came as I am. Why do you get a chance to decrease? And I'm sitting up here looking like, okay, he just disappeared. Who is this? And then the Lord shows up in them. And you watching like, wow, that was good, right? That was good. That makes sense what he did. That's because he decreased in front of you. And the Lord increased. That means he moved himself out the way. But see, for many of us, you done took the real relationship. We don't have no decrease, right? All we want is increase. And see, you won't increase in the wrong thing. I'm finna reroute you and increase you the right way. It's called the alternate route, right? I'm making my way to the message right now. I'm making my way so I can flip the script right now. Man, if you with me, light your fire right now. I got to close out earlier with the message I left you with the young lady. You got to be intelligent to meet the intelligent. Vibration. You got to be mature to meet the mature. Vibrations. You got to have boundaries to meet people with boundaries. Vibrations. But when you don't know how to do this, stop right here. The only way you know how to do this is someone had to either show you, right? Either had to show you. That means they had to take their time with you. Many people didn't do this. They did not do this, right? Remember the 5 steps to leadership? I do it. Many of us, we never did I do it. We came right in on I watched somebody else do it. That was number 3. I watched somebody else how they wanted to date me. And when I got rid of from dating him, I went and got someone else and I compared them to the last one. And then when I dated somebody else, I compared them to the last one. And then when I dated somebody else, I compared them to the next one. At the end, you keep dating the opposite, right? You keep dating the opposite, but yet you're the same person. You're the same person. You're the feeder. What are you feeding? You dated one dog, another dog, but they're not a dog. They're a human being. And you gave them the same thing. The same thing. This one might say thank you. This one might say this ain't enough. This one might say it's too salty. You have fed them you. And now when somebody's telling you about you now you got a problem because once again, if you on this frequency, then you attract to this frequency, right? If you on this frequency, then you attract to this frequency. What am I saying? I'm saying that we have to do the work of teaching. Remember, faith is the substance. Faith is the substance. That means me knowing what I have to do is what gives me faith in the relationship I participate in. The relationship is the substance. The relationship is the substance. Whatever I participate in, I have faith in what I participate in because I'm present in what I participate in. That's what I put my faith in. But for many of us, we put our faith in people we don't know. We put our faith in people that we feel comfortable around temporarily, but we really don't know them because they done decrease just so something inside of them can increase just to talk to you, right? When you don't know how to do this, you end up settling for so much less. And for many of us, we wait till Sunday come. Thank God that we do have a Sunday to look forward to. And we settle for that little message that we get, right? And not saying you need a big message. At least you get something, right? Some of us, that's the only time we pick up a scripture and read something. Others, you got that Bible app on your phone. It sends you a devotion every day. Read this. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You just read it. Oh, okay. My devotion, 2 minutes, and I'm back in the day. Not enough time, right? Scripture says meditate day and night. It says train yourself. And as I spoke with someone today, again, and they said to me, I'm tired of hearing about I Am My Life Coach. I am my life coach. I am a product of my work. All I want to do is talk about what's going to make me bigger, what's going to make me better, what's going to make me greater. For many of you, when you join on this broadcast, you will end up taking on this exact same metaphor, this exact same mantra. This thing here is powerful, and I done seen it move. I done seen it transform, convert people's lives. I done seen people go to higher heights just by saying, I am a life coach. I am is the most powerful as words working together. That is the word I. I is power in itself, right? I am. Whatever comes after the am, it creates. But what if I told you it was my? My meaning it had to be personal. My meaning I had to own it. My meaning, and many of us, we fail right here at the my, because that's my car because I paid a car note. That's my car because I drive that car. That's my car because I put the alarm on it to secure it. That's my house because I pay rent there. I pay lights there. I pay taxes there. This is my home. This is where I live. It's my job to put the being up. It's my job to secure my home, right? All these things is manifest. But it's also your job to secure yourself. Many of us haven't secured ourselves, and you want somebody else to secure you. This is the main reason why I Am My Life Coach was wrote. It was not meant to be wrote for someone else, or I'll be saying a different message. This message was so meant for me that I never get tired of talking about me, because me needs a relationship with me. I can never give me to someone else till I first recognize that I went through hell and hot water to set me free, to set me on fire. Come on, light your fire, you guys. God, I thank you that you're lighting our fire right now. I thank you, God, that you're opening us up in ways we never could be open. Without you, God, we will still be closed-minded. Without you, God, we'll still be in relationship that we should never have been in, going down a one-way street with no way back, God. Some of us, we done locked in, done connected to things that has drained us. Familiar spirits has harmed us and done more damage to us. But God, I'm asking that you will disable any working that's working behind the scenes, on the scenes, under the scenes, right? That you will disable that working, that we might have a chance to just breathe, see something different, and know that it is you. It is you showing us a new way for a new time. This is you giving us the next levels to what we're attempting to do. And this is all for the glory of you. This is all for the glory, because this is what you created us for. You give us purpose, you give us the plan, and you allow us to execute. So we're grateful that we can meet up and have a one-on-one with you. This is a time out on everything that will interfere with our relationship with you. That's why we're owning this moment right now. We're owning this time right now, the 7 o'clock hour on Mighty Monday Meltdowns 2.0, so that we can stand with the mighty man. Come on, y'all. We can stand with the mighty man named Adonis D. Johnson, and we can all decree and declare that I am my life coach, meaning you, God, you alone, you direct us, you provide for us, you deliver us, you feed us, you even discipline us, you show us the way we should go and how we should have done what we should have done the first time. So thank you, God, for doing this. This is in your son's name. That is so. In Jesus' name, that is so. However you want to say it, but I know it, that is so. Light your fire, you guys. Let's get into this flipping the script. As I close with the lady, the 4 different things, all about vibrations, frequencies, making it plain, making it simple. Come on, you guys. I see Sister Sonia on deck. You guys, it's such a blessing to know that people stand with you in spite of all. Why? Because all the things that happened the day prior does not matter anymore. What you did yesterday doesn't matter anymore. What you did 6 months ago doesn't matter anymore. How do you show up for you and you still getting penalized? This is why some of us don't show up, because we don't want to hear about yesterday. We want to hear about right now. And that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about your right now. I'm here to talk about your plan right now. I'm here to talk about how we go to the next level right now, right? You practice the way you play, and you play the way you practice. And for some of us, we done played ourselves out to the point where we ain't practiced who we should have been. And who we should have been. This called the next round. This is the next wave. This is the who got next. And the who got next will be you. You got next now. This time you gonna have to open your mouth up. And this time you gonna have to play the biggest part in what you partake in. Come on now, what am I saying? I'm saying, God, make me uncomfortable. make me uncomfortable. That when I get around my people, they become uncomfortable because I know when we uncomfortable, we'll get something different. Without no challenge, there'll be no change. That's why I can keep hitting with the right thing, the right attitudes, taking the right steps in the right direction. I cannot be led unless Christ is leading me. And for many of you, this is something that I discovered, right? That someone shared with me, but I'm sharing it back with you now because I checked it out and it works. When you have heard from God, you can hear God. What am I saying? If I heard him speaking, right? Remember David in the book, I think that's Samuel, right? David heard God speaking. But when he heard God speaking, he ran to man and said, "Did you call me?" Samuel said, "Nope." He ran to the man of God. Man of God said, "I did not call you." Right? He goes back to sleep. He heard God speaking again. Notice he's anointed to be king. God is calling him, right? God calls him again. Imagine God calling you. As soon as he calls you, you go call your girlfriend. You go call your mama. You go call a family member. "Hey, something told me to call you. You've been on my mind," right? Somebody tell me, "I had a dream about you." You be looking like, "Oh, okay. Oh, well, it was just a dream. You showed up in my dream, right?" Okay, right? They thinking, "Oh man, what was I doing?" I am a mighty man of God. That means God comes through me. I'm a yielded vessel. But when he comes through me, it's filters and it comes out how it has to come out. That's how you can hear God, right? That's why when Jesus was speaking so many times, he said, "Let those that have ears, let them hear." Because everybody can't hear, right? Because they never heard. So when David heard God speak the third time, second time, he ran to Samuel again. See, we keep running to our girlfriends, we keep running to situations and circumstances, and we want the bank account to be different. You haven't done anything yet to make your bank account different. Don't sit here thinking you just gonna have millions pop up in your account. You ain't done nothing different, right? And he said, the next time, this is me and you now as we talk. The next time you hear God talking, I want you to say, "Speak, God. Your servant is hearing." What am I saying? When you get called, or if you already been called, like for many of us, your child runs to you, right? Just like David keep running to Samuel. Samuel is the overseer. Sister Sonia, that's my overseer, right? But isn't it amazing that when I call her, she already know what to tell me? She already know because God done already told her what she needs to say to me, right? And when I start talking, she just a listener. And then she converts what I'm saying in a different way. And I say, "Man, for you to be up in age, you are very sharp," right? What am I saying? I'm saying proper preparation. Remember, isolation, separation, preparation. David was by himself. Preparation. I keep running to man, but I gotta let him say, "No, that ain't me calling you." I'm gonna run back to man. "No, that ain't me calling you." But listen, here's some instructions. I want you to listen. I want you to learn. I want you to execute. The next time, listen to the list. The next time, he's learning now. The next time somebody call you, say, "Speak, Lord. Your servant is hearing." See, I had to learn what to say in order to know what to do. And when God spoke to him, the next time he said, "Speak, Lord. Your servant is hearing." What am I saying to you? I'm saying that imagine if you told God to speak, and your servant is hearing throughout the course of the day, and everybody that call you, they will be delivering something from you, to you, from God. Because when you heard God, you can hear God. And many of we look for yesterday inside of today. We look for yesterday inside of today. We canceling all this out. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I'm not finna keep performing poorly in today because we stuck on yesterday. What done happened a week ago? What done happened 2 months ago? What done happened 3 years ago? What done happened 5 years, 10 years, 15, 25, 30, 40 years ago? I don't care what they done. They didn't do it today. And for those that are born again, that means today, light your fire, because we about to take a alternate route. We about to go in. I'm about to show you something that can help put the light to exactly what I'm saying to you today, you guys. I speak openly. I speak this way because I have to speak from the grounds that I stand on. I stand on solid grounds. I stand on a firm, solid foundation. I work for my foundation. I know about my foundation. I know what it can hold, and I know what it ain't gonna hold. And one of the things it's not gonna hold is anything that's trying to hinder me or hold me or keep me from going forward in God and through God. My mission, my purpose, my plan, my vision, the agenda, the goal, the strategy, the action plan, that's all rooted in God. Anyone that's sent understand the assignment before they got here, so they wouldn't be trying to misalign my work, because if you trying to misalign me, then who gave you your assignment? When I'm here to help, right? Help you get to a better place in God so that God can provide for you everything you need. That's my assignment right there. That is my job. I'm here to tell you that's my job. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to make sure that you get everything you need and don't nobody shortchange you. And all you got to do in return is just give God the glory. Give God the glory for what he does for you. Give God the glory for how he has developed you, how he has spoken to you in these last days, in these latter years, right? Then at this point, some of you coming up on at this point, right? That means when you talk, you're going to have to say, look, at this point, because all I'm trying to say is I don't know what I was back then to you, but all I know is at this point, I need you to open up your ears and I need you to catch this note. I can write it down for you, N-O. I can spell it to you, N-O. But remember, if you ain't heard from God, then you can't hear God. And many people can't hear you because they ain't heard from God, which means that everything that you did before was void. It was void. It was insufficient. Why are you still loyal to your ignorance? I made decisions when I was ignorant. I didn't even know no better, right? How are you still talking about you been hurt, your heart been broke so many times? You ain't even had a heart to give away. What am I saying? If it was your heart and it was that valuable and that easy to be broken, then that goes to show you that you mismanaged the most powerfulest thing that's called love, right? Love covers up a multitude of everything, but if yours is broken, it's no wonder why you're naked. See, love covers up. Love covers up. Meaning, hey, if I love what I offer to the world, then I gotta cover it up because I just can't offer it to anybody. But isn't it amazing that you can't cover up the Spirit of God? Isn't it amazing that when it's on you, it's on you. When it's in you, it's on you. When it's on you, it's in you and it's on you. But guess what? It's around you. You see, I look for God to show up in those around me. That's why I'm blessed. I'm blessed because of you. Long as I can get this light and get you to light your fire. Come on, y'all, light this fire one more time for me right now, please. For yourself, light your fire. Long as I know I ain't standing by myself, then I'm good. I'm good, but it started out by myself. It started out on shaky grounds. I'm going to be honest with you. It started out in the dark, but in the dark, that's why I found the light. The light was I Am My Life Coach. If you got your scriptures, which you should, open up your book. Let's flip this script, you guys. Let's flip the script. We're going to Joshua 1. This is amazing right now because I need y'all to see this. This is amazing. I found something amazing. I think it will be very helpful to us. I need you to understand when I speak, I'm only going to flip the script to give it to you in a different way. Why? Because many of you are entrepreneurs. Many of you are the leader. You can't be under what God called you to be over. And for some of us, you are under looking at people that you actually been called to be over. Your time been up. God been released you, but you done messed around and got caught in a cycle. It's a cyclone. You got to keep going back around over and over again. God cannot give you himself again. He already gave you him. You just ain't went out and done nothing with it, right? That's why you had to show up to me. Because when you got here, you knew I was going to hit you with I Am My Life Coach, not yours. That means you on your own. I need you to stand on your own. I need you to talk for you. I need you to walk for you. I need you to watch what I do, right? I do it, you watch me do it, but I need to see you do something or you're going to have to eject yourself. What am I saying? Eject yourself, meaning reject yourself, then eject yourself. If you can't reject something, you can't eject something. See, I can reject the foolishness and now I want to hear what you have to say. See, many of us, you done became so good at falsifying information, falsifying your documents, falsifying your position in conversation. You would end up saying, as a woman to a man, you the lead, you the head, I'm following you. Lady, you ain't follow Jesus. How can you follow a man? You ain't follow Jesus. Remember, if you heard from God, then you can hear God. I can't follow no one that ain't heard God. You get what I'm saying? You see now? So that what makes you blind. The blind leading the blind. So as soon as you have said, the woman's supposed to follow the man. Maybe you ain't manifested into a woman yet. Anything that does not have the Spirit of God, meaning the Son, is dead. That's why it's dead until the Spirit comes. When the Spirit is absent from the body, it is with the Lord and is dead. And many people, if you hear, they do not possess the Spirit of Christ. So they are dead. You understand? This is a dead cell. Let me make it make sense to you. A couple of days ago, last week, right? I have T-Mobile. Thank God for that. I have T-Mobile. I know people that got Verizon. I know people that got Cricket, right? I know people that got Boost Mobile, right? And all the AT&T phones stopped working, which means they paid their bill, but the service went down, right? They couldn't make text, they couldn't do texts, they couldn't get phone calls, they couldn't send internet, they couldn't get on the internet, they couldn't send emails. What am I saying? The satellite sits high and it points to towers in areas that allows whoever to have your cell phone. If your provider was AT&T, your service did not work. That means you was dead because your satellite went down. And what am I saying? I'm saying many of us, we never had a satellite. We was too busy at the church looking at their satellite, watching their TV. We don't know what was going on. We ain't checked out a story. We can't verify a story. We don't know where this person went to school at, who he dated, if he ever did this, if they ever did that. We don't know because it don't matter. But we was there watching stolen TV, stolen oil. We don't know if they got their work from somebody. We don't know who they stole the sermon. If you stole a sermon or anything from someone else, and I'm not going to say stole it, I'm just going to say it's not your oil. And you come and you kind of give other people oil that's not your oil, then you are misleading and deceiving people. What am I saying? Lame sacrifices. This is what I'm saying. No service, right? So your service goes down. And for many of us, you've been called to a higher place. Come on now. Somebody asked me today, so you're saying to me, I'm not supposed to go to church. I'm not saying that. But when God called you out, he might want you to build one. He might want you to do something different. Then why am I there? Well, you under membership. So remember when they said, if you don't have a home, click 2 times and come on down, say I'll join with you. I don't even know what I'm joining, but yet I'm joining something. And I'm joining in with people I don't know, people that I still don't know, people I still don't know to this day, people I seen, but I ain't seen them. I don't know what they about, right? What am I saying? I'm saying you got to do an observation, you guys. You got to look and wonder why. This guy said something at the life group, one of the coaches, and he said, if we keep calling the hood, then we will never have a neighborhood. I'm like, wow, that was good. He said, look at around. We had, I want to say 36 people at my life group. Thank God for that, right? Sunday, from the bottom to the top. And one of the things that was said is, we keep showing up and all these women is here. And it's only 3 men. Till we define this relationship, it will continue to be offset. And the ones that rules is majority rules. And churches are filled with the same type of atmosphere. Isn't it amazing? You could talk to one woman and she say, I don't mess with a lot of women. But why would you worship with a lot of women? Why would you go to God to hear about God with a lot of women? See, there's something called individuality, right? When God pull you out, but that's a whole nother topic. I won't go no further because at the same time, I just want you to understand why I Am My Life Coach will make such impact in your life. And when it do, you will be giving people the best they never seen before, because you ain't seen it either. Many of us, we ain't never seen this. You ain't never seen yourself free. Many of you never seen yourself in love. You spend so much time trying to run and not look stupid. Then how about we do the opposite? I want to be so in love with what I'm in love with. I want to be happy. I want to be smiling. Isn't the smiling person is the one? We be like, look at her go. They be smiling and cheesing. I want my turn. I want my turn to be like, I want my turn. And when my turn come, believe me, God, move me out the way. Come on now. Let the old me decrease, right? Remember Jesus say, take off the old. Because it's your time is now. There's no better time than to become who you should have always been. Come on now. That means grateful. You should be grateful to be you now. You should be grateful to sit here and say, no, I ain't been me that long. Let me practice. Every day I'm practicing what? Bigger, better, greater. Every day I'm practicing what? Bigger, better, greater. Every day I'm practicing what? Oh, I'm getting bigger, I'm getting better, I'm getting greater. And anything that don't go with me is falling off me. Why? Because I'm rising. I'm rising out of what I've been in. I'm rising out of what I've been in. But I have to stop going around things that will put me back under a trance. See, some of you, he gets you out and you go back around and you hear something and it drags you back in. Because you get out, it drags you back in. You get out, it drags you back in. Something cut the lights off. AJ comes, cut the lights on. It cut the lights off and say, we. AJ comes here and say, I, right? I myself is me. I myself is me. Me and my Father are one, but I am not the Father. Who said that? Jesus. Where was he at? Higher self. Where's the Father at? Higher than Jesus. Jesus. The Father is the satellite. Jesus is the tower, and you are the phone. This is me. See? The satellite, the tower, the signal that hits you. And you have to have your own signal. And that's where we at. Go to Joshua 1. Joshua 1. This is always going to be a message for me because my son is named Joshua. The angel named Joshua, right? Joshua installed as a leader. Installed meaning God is taking you and he's going to install you and you're going to be a leader in somebody else's life or in somebody else's environment. He has to install you because many of you or many of us, we've been so outdated. We've been so needing a makeover. We need a redo that he has to install us. Somebody got to come and they're going to have to walk you in. You're not walking in on your own. Somebody else got to bring you in. Somebody else got to bring you in. If you could have got it in the church building, you would have got it a long time ago. Many of us we don't have it. We don't have it, but you're going to have it today. Let's go deeper. Light your fire. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord. Stop right there. You see, it says after the death of Moses. Who was Moses? Moses was the one who heard God. He talked to God. He heard God. And when he heard God, he can hear God. And God told him to go back. See, when I hear God, he's going to tell me to do something. He went back and got all these people out, right? All these people out of Egypt, and he led them by what? By hearing God. I did what God told me to do. Many of us, we hear God, we want to tell somebody else, God said to me, God said to me. God, whatever God said to you, do what he said to do, but don't sit here and mess me up. I'm listening to you, right? I want to hear you. I want to hear the one that God is using. I want to hear what God is saying to you, but manifest it to me so I can see now and understand who I got in my environment. Many of you, we in the same environment, but you got to case your environment. I'll show you. Here you go. Install, right? The Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' aide, Moses, my servant, is dead. What is it saying? Your ex relationship is dead. Your old marriage is dead. Your grandmama, your granddaddy, that's dead. Who you used to listen to, your mama, if they're not here no more, it's dead. Your relationship, your girlfriends, them, they dead, right? Everybody dead. I don't use them no more to talk to you. I want to talk to you for myself. This is what God says. So I'm installing something in you. It's called I Am My Lifecoach, so that I can talk to you, because the things I used to talk to you on, you used to have a mentor, you used to have these shepherds that used to have to feed you popcorn, and remember my sheep knows my voice. Jesus told Peter, feed my sheep. You was the sheep that he was feeding. Open your mouth. Let me throw something in there. Feed them this, feed them that. Now God is saying, I install something. That's dead now, right? Watch this. I'll show it to you. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross over. Stop right here. Get ready, meaning this is going to have to be a takeover. Get ready, meaning get your wig together. Get your eyebrows together. Don't mean put it on. That means take it off. This is going to mean this is about to, remember good, bad, This about to get ugly. This transformation gonna cost you something, right? This gonna cost some of you. You're gonna have to take off the Fendi. You're gonna have to take off the Louis. You're gonna have to take that bag and put that bag on. Sometimes you're gonna have to put a backpack on, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm working on something. I'm hiking now. I'm working out now. I'm taking vitamins now. Oh, a transformation is in full effect right now. When I'm done with this, everybody better watch out because I'm so bigger than who I used to be. They just ain't never seen this. I ain't seen it either. Many people show up in your life and you be looking like, I'm a lovable guy, right? I'm really in love with love, right? I believe in it wholeheartedly. I want my all. I just don't want to fail. I think that every relationship I ever got in, I was the villain right now. I was the one because I felt like I wanted to give more and couldn't give more. I mean, I wanted to give them what they wanted, but they didn't want what I was there to give. I was there to give the best thing, and that was the spirit. The best thing was my character, my attitude, my yielded heart. I'm a yielded vessel. Hey, let's pray. Can we ask God for what we're looking for? No, what they want. I want red bottoms. I want a steak. I want to go out and eat this and that. And I'm looking like, God ain't blessed me like that yet, right? So I missed out on many opportunities because I'm like, God, look, I done met situations. Finances is at an all-time low. What's up, God? I cannot show up. And he said, keep giving them me. Keep giving people me. Keep giving them me. And I'm like, okay, God, here go another one bite the dust. Nobody loves the Spirit of God no more. I'm telling you now. I said, God, listen, I even went to God and said, God, they more familiar with familiar spirits, right? They rather listen to people they don't know than somebody that's in their environment. They said, keep giving them me, right? Maybe it wasn't about them. Maybe it was about me and God knowing he could trust me, right? Watch this. It says, you're going to have to lead these people. Tell them to get ready and cross the Jordan. I am about to give them. Stop right there. I am about to. Not me. Not Pastor said. Not nobody else. God said, I am about to give them. But first, he gave you, get yourself together. It says, get ready. Many of us, remember I told you at the beginning of this broadcast, on your march, get ready, get set. Some of us, we still standing here. I'm watching. Actions speak louder than words. The reason your relationship, some of you done been in so many relationships, it never worked because you never worked. You in it, meaning activated, enable, go now. We need to build now. You ain't running the race. It says, who run a race and don't train? Many of us ain't never trained. Do you hear me? We ain't trained for nothing. We train for what we don't want. I just don't want to be a waste of time. Lady, you done wasted your time by not practicing. You should have used your time wisely. And now guess what? You want to try to misalign people who are practicing to be something more in life. Come on, y'all. I got to get through this message. Let's go. Light your fire. Listen to this. I will give you every place where you set your foot. Stop right here. Every place where you set. See, when you set something, I didn't say walk, I say set. Set meaning proper preparation. When you prepare yourself, you set something, a certain standard. You set a certain standard, not for them, but for you. A certain standard. When I sit down, I got to make the S with my legs. I'm crossing my leg. When I sit down, I got to get in my posture position. I got to make sure I'm openly listening. Now, many of you, your friends now, do this to you. You the only one that ain't get this. They sit here. This is why you admire them. But they don't admire you. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't my job to admire you. It was my job to be the best me. And in being the best me, you so busy watching me, you forgot to be you. Come on, y'all. What am I saying? You keep lowering your standards when God is using standards to make you elevate higher. What do I mean? I mean, this is an inside job. That's all I'm saying to you. Look at this. It says, I'm about to give you every place you set your foot on. Listen to this. I will give you every place you set your foot as I promised someone else. As I promised them, I now give it to you. I can't give it to you until you get ready. And for many of us, we ain't got ready. We over here hoping and begging for something the God said you never had to hope and beg for. I never told you to see. I told you to put your hope in you. Why? Because you can do this. But what am I saying? I'm really saying that this been on you all this time, but you so busy being distracted. This is why I don't do window shopping. First off, my money ain't working right. Second of all, I ain't finna go sit here and tease my eyes, put my foot in stuff. I used to do this. I ain't doing this now. But I ain't finna sit here and be like, I'll come back and get them shoes. No, I'm gonna go get that business that's gonna buy these shoes. You see, I gotta do what I have to do in order to do what I wanna do. But it's gonna cost me something. What is it gonna cost me? Every person around me, most of them, are gonna be doing what they wanna do. and they forgetting about what they have to do. I look for longevity. I'm sorry. I want longevity for you as well. So at the end of the day, I can't give you a shortcut because our life has been built off of shortcuts. And now we can't explain anything when it comes down to your God. Tell me about him. Tell me what he did for you. Tell me how he did it for you. Tell me your experience. Give me your example of what God did in your life and how he did it. Do you know many people be like, I ain't got to tell you all that. Oh, yes, you do, according to this. According to this word, you supposed to give me that testimony because it's not you that I'm listening about. I'm looking for God, that how he moved in your life. And now you're stingy and selfish. And this is what got a lot of us disabled and cut off, right? So watch this. Check this out. Check this out. Let's go deeper. Verse 4. I got to jump down, but it says your territory will be extended. See, once you get ready, you're going to have extended territory. Some of you've been so local. You so south side, right? You ain't even seen the north side. You ain't seen downtown. You ain't seen nothing. You just south side, west side, right? You ain't been nowhere, right? You so local. But God said, I'm going to extend your territory. That's one thing I'm going to do. Jump down to verse 5. No one will be able to stand against you. Stop right there. No one will be able to stand against you. Stop right there. No one will be able to stand against who? Against you, but it should say when you become you. When you become you, no one can stand against who you are. What are you scared about? Look at this. All the days of your life. As I was with Moses, you see, somebody who was the mighty man of God, I'm going to give you the same privilege, the same benefits, right? Watch this. So I will be with you. I will never leave you. See, I will never leave you, nor forsake you. Be strong and courageous. Many of us, we're not strong. Why we're not strong? Because we haven't practiced. We haven't practiced being strong. We practice being weak. I just feel like I ain't ready for it. I just feel we got every excuse to why we can't do what God already equipped us to do. That's why I developed I Am My Life Coach. That's why I come on these broadcasts on Saturdays, the 5 o'clock wildfire, so we can light our fire, and I can teach you all over again how to light your fire, how to keep your fire lit. Now, guess what? When you around somebody else, guess what you're going to be telling yourself? Light your fire. Light your fire. Light your fire. Light your fire. You ain't going to be telling them to light their fire, but your fire going to be lit, and they're going to be trying to tell you, calm down, you be doing too much. Girl, shut up. For real. Just mind your business. Right? Now watch this. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Here we go. We're in Joshua 1. No one will be able to stand against you. Verse 5, verse 6. Right? He said, be strong, be courageous, because you will lead these people to an inherit. You will lead these people. You will lead these people. You will lead. That's what I'm trying to get you to get in your spirit. You will lead. No one else. You will lead. You will lead these people, because people will be connected to you. They get blessed by you. By your presence blesses them because of who you connected to. You will lead these people. Look at this. You will lead these people, right? To inherit the land I swore to their ancestors. That means somebody else got the promise, but it's time for you to cash in. Watch this. Look at this, you guys. Be courageous. Listen, be strong. Be very courageous. Here go again. Be careful to obey my laws. My servant, Moses, gave you. Notice, Moses is dead. But before he died, he gave you some instructions. Your mama gave you some instructions. Your daddy gave you some instructions. Your pastor gave you some instructions, right? Knock, and if you open the door, he'll come in. Who is he, right? The King of Glory, right? The King of Glory, he gonna come in. But then another scripture say, God said, knock, and the door will come open, right? Wait a minute, who knocking at? Do I supposed to open the door for who come in, or am I the one that's gonna be doing the knocking? You see, it kind of conflicts, right? It's contradictive. One, I gotta open the door. The other one, I gotta do the knocking. What am I saying? Y'all better follow me on this. This is good. Watch this. And you guys, we finna close out. So watch this. Let's close strong. Moses gave you, do not turn from it, right? Oh yeah, we definitely finna close out. Now, my phone jumps up and say low battery. That means we gotta push. So look at this. Do not turn from it right or left, or Do not turn right to left, that you may be successful wherever you go. For many of us, when you're dealing with something, you want to be successful in what you're doing. So you can't look to the left. You can't look to the right. What that means you got to know exactly what's the purpose, what's the plan. I'm focused on the purpose and the plan. I'm focused on the plan, not the problem. I'm focused on the purpose, not the problem. Light your fire, because we're focusing on the plan, not the problem. Keep this law on your lips. Keep it on your lips, right? This is the law. Meditate. Meditate meaning remind yourself. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. When do you say this? You say it in the daytime. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. When do you say it? You say it at night. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, so that you may be careful to do everything that you said. Now watch this. It said, then you will be prosperous. Then you will be prosperous. That means we're supposed to have prosperity, right? And successful. We're supposed to be successful too. Hold on, you guys. Let me put this in real quick. I gotta close out. Let me get my closeout voice going. Hold on. Let me get this closeout voice ready for you. Watch this closeout for you. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's put this back in here. Let's fix this. There you go. Okay. Let me get this closeout voice ready for you. What's up with this? Okay. I think this is gonna work. It might work, it might not. Okay. This is. Okay. So in the closeout voice, right? Okay. Okay, let's close out like this. Up close and personal. What's going on, you guys? I gotta give y'all this one though. It says day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous. That's what we want, prosperous and successful. Many of us, we don't have a lot of success in our emotions, in our mental, with finances, with physical, in our health. We overweight. Many of us, we want to get back in the gym. Some of us, we ain't took a trip. We ain't had a real trip. We was barely on a budget trying to go out here and go into another country, and yet we still rocking with people we shouldn't rock with. That's not a vacation, you guys. Verse 9, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Listen to this. This is a command. He done said this 3 times. Who is this talking? This is God talking, right? Have I not commanded you? This is a command. I mean, I command you to be courageous. I command you, right, to be strong, right? Do not be afraid. Many of you, we messed up right here. I'm afraid to love again. I'm afraid to give my heart away. You ain't got no heart. God could have redid your heart if you would have brought it back to him. He said, cast your cares on me. Who told you to go out here and jump in a relationship talking about you afraid? You can't get in a relationship being afraid. I'm the Lord. I'm your God. When you get in, I need my presence to be in you. And yet you talking about something, I'm broken. I done been through a lot. God don't make nothing broken. Come on, y'all. Wake up. Let's make it happen. Watch this. Then you will be successful. Have I not commanded you? Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God, the Lord your God, you got a God. He called the Lord, right? The Lord your God will be with you wherever. Come on, y'all. God, you said wherever we go, you will be present. Wherever I go. Come on, y'all. Y'all see that? How I switched that? Wherever I go. I am my life coach. Don't allow me to mess it up. My God allows me to build it up. Watch this. So Joshua ordered the officer of the people, go through the camp and tell the people, get your provisions ready. Get your provision ready. 3 days from now, you will cross the Jordan here to go in and take possession of the land your God is giving you for your own. For your own. God is giving you for your own. O-W-N. Provision, meaning what's your vision? Some of you cross over into people's lives and it's a promised land. But you come over here thinking somebody gonna have a billboard up waiting on you. I'm gonna show you on Saturday in the 5 o'clock hour, this thing takes a whole nother turn. What am I saying? I'm saying in 3 days, 3 days. We got 3 days to get your provision in order. That's what we have to do. Write it down. Some of you, we need goals. I need 20 goals out of you. 20 goals. What do I mean? By this year, right? We fast every first of the month. From 6 to 6, we go the morning time. Then we go to PM time. Then we go to morning time. Then we go to PM time. Why do I do this? For ownership. Ownership. Why? Because we're born again believers of Christ. We don't have spiritual milk. We have solid food. Now, spiritual milk is good. It's baby food, right? That's spiritual milk. But for many of you, come on now, it's time to get what you need now. It's time to get going now. It's time to get over here to your promise. You done been in Egypt. You done been through the wilderness. You done been in this rural area. You done saw this leadership. Remember Moses? Moses couldn't cross over there. That's the farthest he could take him. He had to die for somebody else to take them over. What am I saying is, who gonna take you over now? See, some people, you've been listening to your parent, you've been listening to somebody else, you've been listening to the authority under somebody else's voice, but it's time for God's voice to be in you now. It's time for you to realize what you gonna do. When you show up, it's about time for God to put on like never before. What do I mean? I mean, it's time for you to open up your ears, learn something new, learn a new dance, learn to talk different, learn a new language. Come on now, learn a new walk, get you a new wardrobe, find you a new look. It's time to get you some glasses. It don't have to say Gucci, it don't have to say Louis right now. Get you something that's gonna signify who you want to be what you want to see. Come on now, what you looking for the world, you will never find. The world has to find it in you. And right now God is telling us, go through the camp, tell your people, get your provision together, get it ready. And what am I saying? Reason why it says go through the camp is because go through your friends. Go through your family. Find out what the vision is for them. And I don't mean ask them. Listen for it. Some people don't have no vision. You know good and well your son is not a rapper, okay? You know we don't need another rapper. We don't need another hairstylist. We don't need another, I'm going to do nails. We don't, devil is alive. We don't need that. We need something different. And many of us, we're tapping out and we're settling for less than. It's time to be built up. It's time to build something amazing that we can take ownership of. And that starts with yourself. Put you together the right way. That's why we're here for all my people that says, I'm working on me. Guess what? Me is at the bottom. I myself is me. And what am I saying? You can't work on me unless God and his son is present. And I'm here as an example of who the son is. And I'm definitely working on me. And while I work on me, you can hear me work on me, and it allows you to work on you. And when you hear what I'm doing and you start doing the same thing, then you will see why the provision was very important. God is about to give us something, your own authority. And when he gives you authority, you move on your own. You talk on your own. You walk on your own. Come on now. Listen to that. That's amazing right there, right? Listen to this. In verse 15. Verse 15 says, until the Lord gives you them rest as he has done for you, and until they too have taken possession of the land the Lord your God is giving them. After that, you may go back and occupy your own land, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you east of Jordan towards the sunrise. Then they answered Joshua, listen to this, whatever you have commanded us, we will do. We will do. And wherever you send us, we will go. Remember, they've been following Moses a long time. Wilderness, a long time. They died in the wilderness. Their mama didn't have nothing. Their daddy didn't have nothing. Family members didn't have nothing. They was living in the hood, right? Not a neighborhood, just a hood. Died. But you had bigger, better, greater than you. You say, not like this. I ain't going out like this, right? Verse 17, just as we fully obeyed Moses. Remember the hood projects? See, it goes like this. We was looking at Bill Cosby. Y'all remember the Cosby Show? We looking at the Cosby Show, but we living in the good times. Y'all remember good times? We living in the projects, but we watching bigger, better, greater. Why we ain't living in bigger, better, greater? Because it first got to start inside of you. Your outside looking like condominiums. You hear me? But your inside looking like the Legion of Doom. It looking like Hellraisers up there, Tomb Raiders, right? Ain't nobody walked through the inside of you and put that spirit in you, but today you're going to receive this spirit. This spirit is of the living God. Look at this, verse 17, just as we fully obey Moses, we will obey you. Only may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Whoever rebels against your word and does not obey it, wherever you may command them, will be put to death. See? Only be strong and courageous. Thus said the Lord. What am I saying, you guys, in this closeout? I'm stating to you, you heard it. You heard it. See? And when you heard God, now you can hear God and you can do what He's telling you to do. That's my time, you guys. Peace and blessings. Light your fire. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. They call me the AJ the Wildfire. We light the fire so that we can operate in power and in authority. You guys have been given authority today. Write your provisions down. Observe what needs to happen. The old has died. Old ways has died. Signals has went out. Everybody's signal didn't go out. It was just AT&T signal. So if they was your service provider, then the signal went out. So some of you, I just want to let that be a warning that if you have not made no growth in your life, you need to be checking in and where you keep going to get fed by the Spirit, to get fed mentally, to get fed physically. Some people, the reason you gaining weight, you ain't in no gym. You got to get that, right? You ain't eating the right things. You got to get around the right people that eat the right things. Change your vibrations, change your frequency. I hope that this message changed something in your life like it did in mine. Thank you guys for giving me your time and for investing time. May God be with you in all that you do. Peace and blessings. This message was created for me and you.